Hey everybody in AP Seminar, this is Mr. Ehlers reaching out to everybody. I just wanted to first start by saying I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all safe, and that I miss everybody right now. This is definitely a difficult time for everybody. It's a very different time, but I did want to reach out to everybody and give you some updates about what's going on and what we can kind of expect in the days and weeks ahead. Okay, so as you know, we'll be beginning our online learning beginning on March 30th. So you do get an extra week of spring break, and then we'll come back March 30th. And this will be what we'll be using until at least April 15th. God willing, after April 15th, we'll be back in class again, but at this point, we just don't know. So I did want to walk you through a few changes, a few updates to AP Seminar and what it's going to look like for us as we move forward over the next couple of weeks. All right, so the first thing that I want to share with everybody that you may or may not have heard at this point is that they have dramatically changed what the AP exam for this year is going to look like. Okay, so earlier today, the College Board sent out this bit of information, which is that all your AP exams, whether it's seminar, history, wherever, okay, they're all going to look very, very different, and you'll have the opportunity to take them at home. So they'll all only be 45 minutes long this year. There will be no multiple choice. They're just going to be FRQ questions. Those will vary by subject. So no, I don't know what they're going to look like. But there will be no multiple choice questions on any AP exam for this school year, okay? And you'll have two options as to when you want to take those tests. There's going to be one in May, probably right around the day that we normally take the test, and then one will be later, likely in June. We won't know those exact dates, though, until April the 3rd. You will still have the opportunity to earn college credit for that, and it will be testing you only on what you've learned up to this point. Now, what that looks like is going to be different for each class, but in general, you will only be tested on the material that you've learned up through March. Okay, so there'll be nothing after that. So, like for example, in my history classes, the AP World test this year will stop with the year 1900. So my students won't have to know anything beyond imperialism for that test. So that'll look very, very different. I know in AP US, because I know many of you are taking that class, I know for a push, the test will stop with the Gilded Age, so it won't cover any of the units after that. But you should definitely reach out to and speak to your other AP teachers to find out exactly which units are going to be on this year's exam and which units will not be, because it is different from what we typically see. Now, for us in AP Seminar, okay, what does that look like? What does your exam look like, or how do you determine what your score is going to be? Here's the big change for you guys, okay? There is no in-school AP exam for AP Seminar. Again, this is only for AP Seminar. There's no exam that you have to take on an exam day, so there's no at-home anything, okay? This is only for AP Seminar. Your other AP classes still have an at-home exam that you have to take. So how will you get your credit? Two ways, okay? What they're not going to be giving you a grade for is the TMP and the IMP. So your team member presentation, even though you've already done those, or your team media presentation, even though you've already done that, hey, you're not going to be getting graded on that. You also will not be graded on your IMP, which was something we were supposed to start working on at the beginning of April. Okay, you won't be doing that this year. What that means is that your score on the AP exam is a combination of your IRR and your IMP. So just those two assignments that you upload to your portfolio, those are the only two things that are going to be graded for your AP exam this year. Your IRR, which you've already done, and your IMP, or your IWA, excuse me, that should be IWA, not IMP. Okay, so your IRR and your IWA, those are the only two things that you're going to be graded on. Now, what I do not know at this point is the percentage. I don't know if it's going to be 50-50. I don't know if there's going to be a higher percentage for the IWA versus the IRR, maybe 60-40. I don't know any of that yet, okay? They will announce those specifics on April 3rd. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for those, for that information. Okay. Additionally, even though we technically submitted our IRRs, I will be unlocking them, okay, sending them back to you so that you can continue revising and then editing them and making additional changes to them. Okay, I want to give you that opportunity since it's now going to count for a much larger percentage of your score, definitely more than what it was before. So I will absolutely be giving you the opportunity to work on those and to edit those again. I will be unlocking them and I will be sending them back to you because we will want to make changes to them. Okay. Now, the other thing that they've done this year is they have extended the deadline for the submission of both of these materials. It was to be April 30th, but they have extended that until May 26th. Okay, so you won't need to worry about submitting anything as a final draft until May 26th, which is right around the end of our school year. So realistically speaking, we want to be done probably a week or so before that. Okay, so you do get a couple of extra weeks to work on everything. So what does that mean for us right now? What do we have to do before the 30th of March? Well, we have to do two things. Number one, I think most of you have already done, and that's please make sure you're part of the Teams page. You should already be a part of that page because you've uploaded assignments for me there before, you've edited things, you've revised things, so that should not be new, okay? But if for some odd reason you're not on that page, please make sure that you get there, reach out to me, let me know that you need to get on that page and we can get you set up with that. The second thing is you need to download Zoom, okay? Now Zoom, it's a program that we're going to be using for our live lessons. It's a video program. It's actually what I'm talking to you on right now. And there's two ways that you can get this Zoom, okay? You can either download the app if you're going to be using a smartphone or a tablet or something like that. It's a free app that you can download. The other option is you can download an extension. If you're going to be using a laptop or a desktop, you can download a free extension to your browser and you can use Zoom that way. So there's two ways that you can do it. Both of them work just fine. You can use all the features of the program either way. So if you're going to be using your phone mostly, definitely get the app. If you're going to be using a laptop, then you'll want to use the browser, okay? But it's totally free. You don't have to worry about that. So those are the two things that we need to make sure that we do before March 30th when we resume instruction virtually. So speaking of that, what will instruction look like beginning on the 30th of March? Okay, what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to be offering 2 live lessons every week. Each lesson is going to be about 45 minutes long, and that'll be on Zoom. And so what'll happen is I'll give you a time, and I'll say the lesson's going to begin at 10 o'clock, let's say. Okay, and I'll give you a code to log in to Zoom to get into our meeting, and then we'll all meet up there, and we'll all be able to hold class that way on Zoom twice a week. Okay, so a lot of these lessons are going to be questions and answers. I want to help you work on your IWAs and eventually on your IRRs again. We'll be looking at different examples. I'll be answering specific questions that you have, trying to show you what the College Board is looking for and how we can really focus on our writing. Okay, so kind of the good thing about what they've done with our exam is that we now only have to focus on writing, and we do have that chance to go back to your IRRs and really revise those and make those really, really good since it's going to count for such a large percentage of your grade. Okay, in terms of assignments, so besides working on your IWA and your IRR, every week you are going to be required to edit and revise thoroughly 2 other students' papers, okay? And what you'll have to do is you'll have to log into Teams. You can pick any 2 students that you want, it doesn't matter. And you need to edit them the same way that we edited the IRR using the thought bubbles in Microsoft Word, okay? And you'll have to do 2 of those a week. Now, you don't have to do them, on a specific timeline. What you do have to do though is they have to be edited by Sunday night at 11:59. So every week you can work at your own pace, but by Sunday night, 11:59 p.m., we do need you to have 2 papers thoroughly edited, okay? And you will be receiving a grade based on whether or not you did it and how thoroughly and how well you edited them, okay? So we'll be doing that for a while. We'll be working on IWAs. Then we'll be going back and looking at IRRs. Lastly, that means that on March the 30th, so about a week and a half from now, on March the 30th, you need to have a draft of your IMP uploaded, okay? You know, that deadline was supposed to be March 23rd. I did push it back a week. So by March 30th, you need a draft of your IMP, no, of your IWA. Why do I keep saying IMP? Sorry, you need a draft of your IWA. Let's fix that now. You need a draft of your IWA uploaded, okay, by March 30th. That's what you have been working on, okay? So continue working on that at this time. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to get through to you. Please keep an eye on Remind, please keep an eye on Teams, please keep an eye on all of those things. I will be reaching out to everybody again next week with some further updates and some further instructions. But in the meantime, again, I would just say, just make sure that you're ready to go with Zoom and that you are continuing to work on your IWA so that we're ready to go with that on March 30th, okay? And then, like I said, I'll be reaching out again soon. Please continue to be safe. I miss everybody very, very much. I look forward to seeing you all soon, hopefully. In the meantime, though, if you do have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm here for you. All right, everybody? So have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys soon.